Hey everyone, here's more rewriting messy expressions. So our directions for all of these, I don't know why they're numbered weirdly. We'll call this one number 1 and this one number 2, is to write as a single fraction and simplify. So I have kind of pairs built up here. Let me just scroll up and see if I'm skipping something. No, that was factor. Okay. Where you have similar pieces, but the operations are different. So basically what we need to do to write this as a single fraction is to perform whatever operation is there. So the first one is written as an addition subtraction, so some difference. The only way to perform the addition subtraction is if we can get like terms, which means we need a common denominator because one of those is a fraction. So we're going to look at this as 1, 2, 3 fractions, and we're going to multiply top and bottom of the first and the last one by the square root of 3y minus x, so that they will have that as their denominator. Okay, and then over here, same thing, minus x. Okay, so this is looking really hairy, but once again, it actually works out kind of nicely. This is like when we factored out a 1/2 power or a square root. Here, when we multiply, we end up with 4 times, keep the square root for one step, square root of 3y minus x squared over square root of 3y minus x minus 5 over square root of 3y minus x, and then the square root of 3y minus x to the 4th over the square root of 3y minus x. Okay, so what's happening here that's nice is, here this 4 looks funny, 4. The square root and the square are going to cancel. So what we really have is 4 times 3y minus x, which is 12y minus 4x. And then I'm going to go ahead and mush together. I have a minus 5. And then in the last one, this is a 4th power. So if you take the square root of something with the 4th power, you're going to get that thing squared. It's 3y minus x to the 4th to the 1/2, which is 3y minus x squared. Plus, do I want to multiply it out? I think I will. 3y minus x times 3y minus x, just to get ready for some simplify, is a 9y squared minus 3xy minus 3xy plus x squared. And all of that is over the square root of 3y minus x. Okay, so let's just see if we can do any combining. It actually looks terrible, like we can't. These two combine. I have y squared, I have x squared. Those are not like terms to anything else. Y's, x's, and a constant. So I don't think I can do anything except that one little bit. So I'm going to say, I don't know if there's really a good order, but I'm going to kind of do my descending order. I have a 9y squared and an x squared. I have minus 6xy. I have plus 12y. Excuse me. A minus 4x and a minus 5 all over that square root of 3y minus x. So still kind of messy, but I did get it written as a single fraction, and it's kind of cool that there are no roots in the numerator anymore. I think technically, according to our rules, we would then multiply top and bottom by the root 3y minus x to clear fractions. But truthfully, if a problem like this were to come up in calc, what we just did would be the goal. So I'm just going to leave it. Not a problem at all if you do that last step, but I'm not going to do it here because I kind of like what I ended up with. So similar, but now the operations multiplication and division. So the same pieces, but now we're multiplying and dividing. So remember, division is multiplied by the reciprocal. So I'm going to make that my very first step. Oops, except I'm not flipping. There we go. Root 3y minus x over 5 times 3y minus x. Okay, and now we're multiplying, which we can just multiply, but since one of them's a fraction, I am going to think about going straight across. So on the top, I have 4 times root 3y minus x times itself is just 3y minus x. And then we have another 3y minus x. And all I've got on the bottom is 5 times 1 times 1. So you can multiply it out, but I don't currently have any reason to feel like I need to multiply it out. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this one. I'm really liking this 3y minus x squared that I ended up with. I'm going to leave it just like that. So there's a little wiggle room on how exactly your answer looks. If you're ever feeling unsure on a test, if you're giving me what I want, just ask. I'm always happy to clarify that. Our directions here were write it as a single fraction and simplify. I don't think factored is more simplified or less simplified than multiplied out, so I would take either answer here. If there was something to reduce, I would absolutely want to see that. That I would care about happening or not happening. Okay, thanks for watching.